we crossed the Canadian border back into the state. The next closest gas station was about 150 miles down the street, and we completely ran out of fuel. With my 2 daughters in the car, and just no fuel, no nothing. So that was a scary moment. So, where should we begin? You want to talk about the truck? But one of the things that I really like about this model is that the separation of space. And there's a lot of space in here in this U kitchen.
This is the Wild Wander RV Show. Real stories from the road, one RV at a time.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Wild Wander RV Show, where I take you around other families' RV rigs and find out how they exactly got into RV life. Today, I have a family of 5 that live in an Alliance Paradigm 395DS, just like me, but it's a 2025 version. So it's actually quite different than my rig. Can't wait to show you that. But what's awesome about this family is they are originally from Vietnam. So they have done the whole American thing, right? Come to America on the American dream, live the American life, but then change it all up for RV life. So today, I'm bringing you Vu and Janny. Vu, thank you so much for coming on the Wild Wander RV Show.
Well, thank you for having me, Rich. Hi, everyone. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day.
Yes.
And I hope that whatever go on in this show, you guys can get something away from it.
Yes, because they have 3 kids. But let's start from the beginning. You and Janny are from Vietnam, right?
Yeah, so me and my wife are Vietnamese. I came to the state when I was very young. So I came to the state when I was about 5 years old, and I've been living in Texas all my life, up until the point when I met my wife.
Did you travel anywhere else in the States before?
No, just ever since I came into the workforce, then I just travel for work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just for backstory, what did you do for work?
I was in the car industry.
Okay.
I was working for car dealerships. Guys that you don't like, but I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all right. But that's good. That's good to know, right? Because if you work in the car industry, you can't do that anymore, right?
No, okay. Can't do that on the road.
Okay. Right.
Yep.
So let's start with that. A lot of people like to know that. So what was the moment of I don't want to work in the car industry anymore? Did you want to come right into RV life, or was it the job first that you wanted to?
Yeah, so I don't know anyone that is watching can relate, but as a person that worked for a car dealership, we spend a lot of hours at the dealership.
Yeah.
So, we will come there super early in the morning, and if we have a client for the day or if we're selling the car for the day, we typically sometimes don't leave into about 9-10 o'clock at night.
Long day.
And in my last position before I left the dealership war, I was a car manager. I was a manager for a department, right? Specifically used department. So if someone is selling a used car, I have to be there, right? My finance manager have to be there. So I don't know. Me and my wife, we start having kids. Zoe came to the war, which is my oldest. And
felt like you weren't there anymore.
Felt like I was never there. I was
really?
absent, right?
Yeah,
because I was trying to chase after a title. I was trying to chase after fame. I was trying to chase after money, and I was trying to chase after so many things that all of that seemed now I wasn't prioritizing my life correctly.
Right. So that was your aha moment of something has to change, right?
Right.
Okay. But was it RV life at first?
No, actually. I was thinking about all of that, but none of that really happened into COVID.
Okay.
COVID really make our mindset completely, I don't know, to exit.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Everything.
Yeah. Everything just became so much more urgent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. After COVID happened, then we decided, hey, life is too short.
Okay.
And RV life wasn't ever in the playing cards. And we wanted to travel the war. We wanted to go explore different places. We wanted just to, I don't know, in a way where I came to America when I was very young. My wife came to America when we were very young. And I think we just wanted to get out of America.
Yeah.
Just to see what else is out there.
Yeah.
Plus, we're Vietnamese.
Right.
So we thought, what would be the best things to do? Kind of crazy, but best at the same time for us. But we sell our house. We sold everything that we own. And then we just pack everything down to 3 suitcases and bought a plane ticket and go straight to Vietnam.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you were in Vietnam for a little while?
Yeah, we were in Vietnam for almost 1 year, and
Wow.
then between there, because we only can stay in Vietnam for a maximum 6 months, so we'll do 6 months there. We'll come back to the U.S. for some time, and then we'll go back to Vietnam
Okay.
again. Yeah.
Man. All right, so your intro into RV life is then quite different. So then, all right, so you did the travel in Vietnam, you
Yep.
come back, and you're like, okay, the traveling's great,
Yep.
but how do we do it in the States?
Yeah. So that didn't really begin there because we always thought RV life was gonna be something that we're gonna do when we become older.
Right. I
Right.
think everybody
Yeah.
has that intention,
Yeah,
right?
when
Like
we
that's your
become-
retirement, right?
Right. That's my retirement plan. And I also think that this lifestyle was so much more expensive than what I currently know now.
Correct.
If I knew now, I would never think that I need to wait until I was old. Because I think that it's because I need to save a bunch of money to be able to live the life like
Yes.
this. So, but while we were in Vietnam, one of our family member was in Alaska. Just a weird coincidence. He was in Alaska. He put up a Facebook post that he needed somebody to house sit his house. So during that time, my wife looked over to me and was like, "Hey, this is kind of like short notice and kind of like random. We always talk about van life, RV life.
Right.
Huh? What if we go back to the state, pick up a small truck, a small travel trailer, and then haul that up to Alaska, spend a month and a half there, and get an experience out of it."
That's awesome.
So that's exactly what we did. And then when we did that, we spent so much time on the road, we realized that, man, traveling America in RV
Right.
can be pretty darn
Yeah.
awesome.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean the size, right? Like Vietnam is what? You can't even fit in Texas, right?
Yeah, well, I think we can fit like 3 Vietnam inside one
Yeah,
state.
so like a little bit
inside
more
Texas.
mileage,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So all right, you just said trailer. So that's you had a small trailer.
Yep, and that was our aha moment into RV life.
Okay.
Yeah.
That like this it can be done like
Yeah.
right, but that was probably what? Less like about 30-foot trailer, something small.
Like a 19-foot travel
Okay,
trailer.
so really small, right?
Yep.
Okay, now you're hauling a 42-foot rig.
Yep.
I'm hauling a 42-foot rig. I jumped right into a 42-foot rig.
Yep.
So you worked your way up.
Right.
So did you have another rig, or did you go to the Paradigm?
Yeah, so the Paradigm is our third rig. So we started off with a Geo Pro by Rockwood.
Yeah, there's
and
nice
then,
little things to get around. If you
yep.
need something small to get around and you want to do Alaska, that's a good rig.
Yeah, and then we realized that was too small, and we couldn't make that work for our 2 daughters and me and my wife. So we then decided to upgrade to a Keystone Cougar Sport.
Travel trailer.
Fifth wheel.
Oh, it was a fifth wheel.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a fifth wheel, and they have like bunk system in the back, and that
Okay.
worked really well. Until Baby M came into the war, which is our third daughter.
Make it a little bit more difficult.
Made a little bit more difference. So then we decided to kind of like go all the way.
Okay. And then the Paradigm. Right. So I mean, pretty much we are at pretty much the biggest. This is the biggest fifth wheel you can get, other than if you go toy hauler, then you can get like about 3 more feet. I think 45 is usually the biggest for RVs.
Yeah,
So
I
we're
think so.
pretty much maxed out.
Yeah.
Like these rigs are pretty.
They are literally house on wheels,
Yeah.
guys. So
Yeah.
like if you, I know you guys have walked into Rich Rig already, and so you can kind of already see the scale of how something like this looked like on the inside. But I couldn't fathom 3 years ago hauling something like
Right.
this around.
Yeah,
This-
that's a good point. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
good lead. So, like, you never, ever before that, right? Like, I mean, I know you worked in the car dealership, but you never towed anything before,
Never.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you drove a truck, but you really never towed anything, right?
Yeah, I've never towed a pool trailer behind. I've never towed anything in my life. So
The spots we're in right now are pretty tight. I mean, he does it like a pro now. Like, I mean, it's you know, you don't have to be worried about that stopping you from getting an RV life. I feel like
yeah, straight up.
you know, and in my opinion, I've mentioned your opinion. What's easier to tow?
Fifth wheel.
Yeah,
A fifth
okay.
wheel is totally easy. Much like I would say, I don't know, 5 times better to tow
Yes.
than a travel trailer.
Yeah, completely agree on that. I mean, especially if you're getting into new, I think even jump into a smaller. I mean, they do make 30-foot, 32-foot, you know, fifth wheels. They're
Yeah.
so much more easier to learn how to tow, and their safety too.
I mean, that fifth wheel right there is probably like what, 20 foot?
Yeah, that's a small
Yeah,
one.
that's a small one. So
a small
you
one.
can get into it in all ways.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, for sure. All right, so we crossed that. All right, now this is your third rig. All right, what has been you and Janny's craziest moment in the RV. Like,
Yeah, I mean, this whole life stressed me out. Stuff breaking all the time. You know, is everything well greased and stuff like that. But I think every challenges can be overcome if you just take some time and don't be too frustrated about it. You can overcome any challenges. But there's this one time that was really scary for us, and I think this is where it come into play. When you hauling something behind you, and I've never hauled before, so when someone tell you that whatever you're getting for MPG wise, cut that in half, and you didn't know what that means, because you're like, okay, you can still probably go into the distance, right?
Mm-hmm.
But lesson learned, I would never buy a gas truck compared to a diesel truck.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Because there's this one time when we crossed the Canadian border back into the state in Alaska, we were towing, and the next closest gas station was about 150 miles down the street, or so. I think pretty darn close to that. And the moment we crossed over the border, I think we had like 80 miles left of the tank, and we completely ran out of fuel in the middle of the road with my two daughters in the car, and it was just in the side of the street, just no fuel, no nothing. So that was a scary moment. So we luckily got some nice RVing community stepped up, and they pulled over, and they helped me tip over the Westinghouse generator. If you guys know what a Westinghouse generator 4500 is, that son of gun is freaking heavy.
Yeah.
So
Not
one,
like it.
yeah,
I have one too.
yeah, that's not a solo job, okay? So someone in the RV community pull over, help me siphon as much gas out of that generator as possible for us to go down the road, and then we die again in front of. And I'm just saying, I don't know, God is good, but the car literally stopped right in front of a woodworking shop, and they helped me tip off the gas tank into the rest of the way. So it was just pure chance, luck by after luck, but that was a scary moment. Diesel tanks are typically bigger,
right? Yeah.
We can go farther, we can tow better.
Yeah, don't be afraid of the diesel or the dually.
Yeah,
it's you're looking about the same, and they tow so much better.
Yeah, I just don't know. On social media nowadays, there's so many debates about which one should you get first, gas or diesel, and all these guys that are giving you these like kind of iffy, wishy-washy answer. I tell you, diesel is only the way.
100%.
Lesson learned on so many levels.
Right. Now you're in RV life. So how do you make this lifestyle work? Like, how do you make money on the road? What is your guys' main? Because this is not free, obviously, right? This is not still a free thing to do. We still live life, right? You're not on vacation every day, I don't think, right?
Yeah, I think everybody's situation is different, and I'm very lucky in my situation. So I think hearing my story is kind of backwards compared to a lot of other people that probably live this life. But we first went into this life head in. We didn't have really any plans to find a way to make money on the road, so we sold our house. Like probably most people that committed to doing a life like this, right?
Same.
We sold our house, but I learned when I was at least in the car industry that if I'm gonna ever get a lump sum of money, I'm gonna make sure that I put that money to work. Investments. So we didn't really start finding a ways to make income on the road until just like recently last year, when my wife became an online travel agent, and then I started doing social media full time.
Okay.
So for almost 3 years now, we did not make any money on the road, and we've just been living off of the money from all the money that we saved when I was working, Jenny's business, and the house.
Okay.
To support this lifestyle, we continue to put our money towards investments.
Okay.
Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow, but who knows what's going to happen tomorrow with any situation in life. The market can crash and we can totally have nothing, right? But I don't think that's going to happen, so I'm not going to think about that scenario. But so far, we've been doing pretty okay for the past 4 years of just kind of living this nomadic life. But I don't know, if you really want it bad enough, you will figure a way to make it work.
Well, like you said, like even Janny now doing the travel agency, right?
Yeah,
so that's alleviating some money, right? And then now social media.
The whole social media game is kind of opened a whole new world to me, compared to being in the retail side, in the sales side, that you have to sell a physical product, and you have to physically be there.
Right.
Once you get into like this kind of social media game, it's all you know.
Right.
You are the outcome of how successful you are on whatever platform that you decide to go on, right? It's all about, and it's all the same as if you were gonna get a job and work a 9 to 5 or work for somebody. You still have to continue practicing your craft, so then you can become better and level up, right? But with social media, you start off blank. You start off with zero. Nobody paying you for anything that you're doing, and you just had to just go on the grind and find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to support Rich, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, put a few comments below, and watch all of the ads.
Yeah, that'd be the goal.
Watch this video all the way to the end.
Luckily, you don't have to watch ads right now. All right, so RV life can be expensive, right? Like
It can be.
I flew out of Tucson about 2-3 weeks ago, and we had to stay in a KOA. Luckily, that KOA was off season. It was like $45 a night. The normal rate was like $80 to $150. I can't do that all year long.
Yep.
How do you afford campgrounds? Like, are you just parked in one spot all year round? Like, what?
Yeah, so this is not sponsored. We're doing it after this, but we were very lucky that we discovered 1,000 Trails early on our adventures. And for being on the road full time and to stay at campground like 1,000 Trails, and to realize how much campgrounds are charging you every single night, or a weekly charge, or bi-weekly, weekly, or monthly charge, how different that price range is. Yeah. And for us, we're always on the itch. Like 2 weeks is probably already kind of like, we're already itching our feet, right? 3 weeks. So if we commit to a place, which the best rate is a month, I don't want to commit to a place for a month.
Same.
And 1,000 Trail have a great system. You can hop from park to park for 3 weeks at a time. Right. And I mean, for what you pay, I feel like I already made my money back up, and now I'm just profiting off of 1,000 Trail. So that's how we make this life affordable. It's that we just go from 1,000 Trail to another. And if we really, really have to on long travel day, then we use a service called Harvest Host. We've been really enjoying them because we can go into winery. We've really been enjoying wine recently.
Yeah, Harvest Host is great.
And when we get into farms, we can help the farmers by buying some of their produce. So yeah,
it's a good kid experience. Usually, like there was a farm that I went to that they let the kids come in and help milk the cows. Like it's a great experience all around. What is the hardest thing about RV life?
Shit breaking. That stuff just breaks all the time.
Right. I mean,
luckily I have a friend that's a handyman. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, the one thing, right? Like things in your house break, right? Obviously, but your house is not moving every 2 weeks, or sometimes we're on the road like every day for a week straight trying to get to that place. Like it, without the proper, I do not have independent suspension. You do not have independent suspension. So these things are rocking.
You want to hook us up? You want to hook us up?
These rigs are like, moving earthquakes back here. So things are going to break a little bit quicker than normal in a house. You just, like, if you can be handy, great. If not, make sure you have the proper insurance or warranty
or handyman friends
to help fix things out. Now you are in an alliance paradigm.
Yep.
What made you go with this rig?
Well, I just want you guys to know, I wanted a toy hauler, okay? If it was up to me, I would have a toy hauler.
Same, definitely same.
But there's a saying, happy wife, happy life.
Same.
And my wife didn't want a toy hauler, so I opted for the best second next option, which is a fifth wheel that is suitable for a family of 5 to live in.
Right. So it was the model that stuck out, not the brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the model stuck out.
Right, because it's very unique, right? Well, at least at the time, especially on my 2024, that this was a very unique floor plan.
But yeah, this is the only model that I found in the market that offer a big pass-through storage. I mean, our pass-through storage is huge.
Yeah, it is huge. It's
huge.
Yeah.
And then we have a big compartment in the front, 3 of them. Yeah. And 2 massive rooms with individual bath and showers.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and then still plus a full living space with a dining table.
Yeah, and that was important to us, that we wanted a dining table and we wanted separation of space. So like, this is the kitchen, this is the living room, and this is the eating
to make it feel like
make you feel like home.
Exactly.
Yep, make you feel like home. And this unit definitely feel like home compared to my previous
Right.
two.
So let's do some rapid fire questions. Do you prefer boondocking or do you prefer hookups?
I prefer boondocking if I could.
Favorite state so far?
Well, dang guys, this one is kind of hard because
a lot to see.
I did my favorite one as my first trip, which would be Alaska. I mean,
Alaska.
yeah, that got to be like up there.
Is there anything that you had to have or you now have that you can't live without?
No, washer and dryer is always.
Washer.
Washer and dryer is
And we
super
also
nice.
knew who you are that doesn't have a washer and dryer in your rig. I don't know how you do that.
Impressive.
Very impressive. All right, what is one upgrade on the rig or truck that you would do tomorrow if money was not an issue?
Dang, I do independent suspension tomorrow if that wasn't an issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And disc brakes. Independent suspension, disc brakes. So if money was not an issue, these are the things that I would do almost immediately. I wouldn't do Ram, Chevy, GMC, any other brand.
Here we go.
I would just go with Ford. Ford is the best.
Here we go.
We are king. You know who you are, Ford owners. What's up, y'all?
All right, guys, so that wraps up the interview portion of this segment of the show. So we're going to go tour his rig. We're going to meet Janny. She's probably going to help us through that tour. And that wraps it up, right?
Yeah. See you guys in the inside.
See you inside in the rig. All right, guys. So now we are going to go tour Vu's rig. It is an Alliance Paradigm 395DS, just like ours, but his is a 2025. So if you can see it already, it's got a sweet paint package on this thing. I'm going to be truthful. I kind of like his rig better than mine, but you can be the judge. So let's turn it over to Vu and let us get a tour of this outside of his rig.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Yeah, this is my homes on wheels. So where should we begin? You want to talk about the truck?
Yeah, well, come on. I mean, you always say the Ford's better than the Chevy, right?
It is. Anyone in the comment that disagree, I just want you to know that you're wrong.
All right.
This is the truck that we use to pull our house on wheels, and I think this is a pretty badass truck. I really like it.
No,
it's big booty. So, yep, it is a King Ranch 2020 F350 dually, and yeah, 6.7 liter power stroke. And then this is our house. If you want to follow me over here.
I gotta say, I love that front cap better than mine. I mean, the paint package on the 2025s was so much better.
We just weren't able to find another fifth wheel in the market that have the amount of storage that the Alliance Paradigm 395DS have. As you can see, we do live in it full time, so it is packed, but that storage is absolutely huge.
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, it's definitely, you know, when you get into these bigger rigs, sometimes when there's the two bedrooms, there's like barely any storage. I mean, sometimes in the toy haulers too.
And then this direction, and then towards this direction into the front, we have 3 compartments. You know, for your unit, Rich, you have the one big door, which I really like because I didn't like the separation of space, but it is really nice. We have our stuff all packed up in here, but yeah.
But hey, good use of space.
We have a huge storage compartment right here. Then we have another huge compartment right here. And then we have another huge compartment right here for the battery.
Yep, man, a sweet thing like I like pointing out to people is, you know, in RV life you get versatile. So he stuck these little hooks here, and perfect place to hang his helmets.
Yeah,
I mean, what a smart idea. Yeah,
to make sure the kids have
super smart.
The kids can grab their bike, the helmet, before they go on a ride. All right, why don't you guys follow me inside? All right, welcome inside our house. That's my wife Jenny, baby Ember, and then our 2 little ones are currently inside their room watching who knows what right now. But one of the things that I really like about this model is that the separation of space. So I don't belong here. I belong here in the sink washing dishes, but my wife does all the cooking, and there's a lot of space in here in this U kitchen that allow her to do all the prepping. We have a full-size oven, 4-burner stove, a 12-volt microwave, which we use a lot, which is really nice. They give you tons of cabinets, so you can, you know, hide all your stuff and whatever. One thing I don't like that Alliance did, I don't know if they did it with yours, is this cabinet right here. It's like super useless. And I know Jenny, my wife, talk about this a lot, but it go all the way in here, and
I'm just noticing that. Yeah.
and it's very small, so you only can really fit like small stuff here. So I feel like this cabinet is weird.
We have 2 big doors, like span the whole space.
Yeah.
We don't have 3 doors like that. That's crazy.
And then more cabinets, and then this is a useless space.
Yeah, it's crazy too. Yeah, that's usually for generator prep and stuff like that. And the solar package.
Yeah, our generator prep is right here.
See, yeah. And
I really love the fridge. Our fridge have butterfly doors, which is built just like a residential fridge at like when we used to own a house. Our freezer is a double-decker freezer. So we have the first deck and then the second deck.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. And it does make ice. So that's awesome.
Such a better design than the fridge I currently have.
Our pantry, I think that our pantry can definitely been upgraded. I listened to Rich and we bought these L brackets. During travel days, these drawers, they fall off because Alliance put these little tiny brackets there and it doesn't really hold the pantry together. I wish we also have sliding pantries.
Sliding would be awesome.
Because this is like really deep, and then in some places it's really deep high up there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. The nice thing about the pantry is it's on a motion light sensor, so when you open it up, the lights just automatically light on, and the door is pretty heavy duty. Yeah, it's nice. So it don't break. So. The next part is our dining. We have to have a dining when we decide to purchase our new unit, because as a family we like to eat together. And one of the cool thing about this dining table, and I know that you told me that yours doesn't do this, which is kind of wild, but our dining table can either be in this position, or by pulling this little handle and up, we can change the dining table into like a completely different position.
Look at that! Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly how mine looks, just like that, without doing that. Oh.
We really like this because the 2 kids get to sit on the side.
That is awesome.
And then we get to sit in the middle with baby's chair and everything like that. We deleted the 2 of the chairs and bought benches so we can have some storage for the kids' books and their tool. Yep. And then we put shoes underneath.
Yeah, those are nice too. Yeah. Hey Alliance, if you're listening, I'll do an upgrade video if you send me that table.
Yeah. Our living room will look a little bit different than Rich's living room. We deleted one of the couch. Actually, it's our recliner. We absolutely hate the recliner and we never used it. So we took away the recliner. We moved the pull-out bed sofa from this direction and put it over here.
So smart.
And then we went to IKEA and bought the desk space. So we have like a working space that we can work during the day, being next to windows, so we can have some natural lights into our eyes and all that stuff.
Yeah, so super smart. Such a great use of space.
Yeah, yeah. We didn't felt like the recliner was necessary. Plus, when we're sitting on it, it was uncomfortable, and the pull-out bed, the pull-out sofa was bigger, so it could fit the whole family. Yeah. And then if they don't fit, they can always just sit here. One of the cool things I really like is the fireplace, how big the fireplace is. This thing produces a lot of heat, so we don't have to use our propane, so we can keep the living room warm and nice during like cold weather. So the fireplace is super nice. The TV, the JBL sound system is really nice.
It's awesome how they built that in for you. Like mine's just hanging off the wall. Like that's an awesome built-in.
We have a loft up there as well for our oldest child. I'm sure the room is a mess right now, but yeah, you can definitely see it. We are in the plans of trying to do a room remodel for her room, but that's currently the state of her room is right now. For decoration, you guys can see some of our family picture. We use this little, I don't even know what this company is called.
Oh, those are cool, yeah.
But they don't fall off during travel days, so it's really
Those
nice.
are sweet.
Yep.
I didn't even notice all those.
Yeah, yeah. All of our travel days and stuff like that.
Awesome.
This is our little one's bedroom. One of the things that we decided to go with this specific unit because it have 2 bedroom and 2 bathroom. Behind here, this nice, I don't know what you call it, farm doors or whatever.
Barn farm doors.
Yeah, barn farm doors. Behind this door is the kids' restroom. So they have a toilet, they have a sink, and they have a full standing shower, which is really nice because our girls take super long showers. So Right, girls?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys take super long showers, so sometime when me and my wife want to shower, it's nice that they can just shower in their own bathroom, and then we get to
For sure.
have the one in the front. But yeah, this is their room. They built a lot of cabinets,
Yes.
a ton of cabinets, and of course you also have the under storage compartment underneath the bed as well.
Whoa, did I just notice? So there's no handles on these. How do you open those?
Yeah, you just slide them out.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
Okay, if you want to follow me up here, in an RV is really not that big, so I can show you the whole tour within like a few minutes. But some stuff that I think just makes sense, I will try my best to point them out to y'all, so y'all can kind of have a better idea of what it is to live inside of an RV full time. Yeah. Up here, the steps, don't trip over it. And this is our bedroom. Our bedroom have we originally did not like this setup where the door open up and then we have another door that open up into our bedroom. But after living in it for some time, we realized that if we just leave this door closed and this door open, it's kind of nice to just be able to hop out of bed and go straight into the restroom.
Yeah, acts like almost like a master suite.
Yep. I know everybody hate these things, and I do too, but they are pretty nice.
Oh, the glass doors. Yeah, I forgot what they even look like.
We haven't have any problem with them. We heard horror story that they break during travels, and of course the cracks get really dirty. But yeah, no, I've been really liking them, so they're not that bad.
Yeah, we actually had the same thing, guys. It was just for us, we had a really major leaking issue on them. It's not square. Most things in RV are not square.
Yeah.
So it was a major leaking issue for me. So that was a day one change, and
Yeah.
we lost about 60 pounds.
Yeah, I know some of you guys that are watching this, you might be older than I am, a lot older than I am. But this bench right here is quite nice.
Yeah, and it holds quite a bit too.
We don't really use it very often, but I mean it holds quite a bit of weight. Yeah. But this is our bedroom. Our bedroom did not look this tight. It just recently looked this tight. Same go with the kids' room because of these crazy big bulky mattress. And if you guys have ever, for some of you that watch this for the first time, you probably have never lived in an RV before, never sleep in an RV before, but the mattress that come with all RVs, they're not the most comfortable. And when you upgrade to like a better mattress, it really take up a lot of real estate into your bedroom. So our bedroom used to look a lot more open, but since these massive beds have been introduced in our life, which have made our quality of sleep better, it took up a lot of real estate.
So is it worth it? Was it worth it?
It is worth it.
Okay.
It is worth it. I mean, I got a better sleep out of it, so it's always worth it if you get the pros of it, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I like and the little things too. Again, things like I see like a little shelf above your bed.
Yes.
And the major thing I'm jealous of is look at your floor space in here.
Yeah, we have quite a bit of space between our dresser and our beds.
Yeah, another difference is the 24s had smaller slides, so I have about half of that. But yeah,
yes, because your slide is smaller.
Smaller, yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
We also have it's nice. It's a nice touch. We don't really use them often, but those reading lights on the very top of the bed, so that was a really nice touch that I think Alliance did, and it go from two colors. They go yellow and blue.
Oh wow, you really? Yellow and blue?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a cool touch.
Yep. I know you deleted this door.
Both
but
doors, yeah.
We still kept it. Actually, I see why you deleted it. It's starting to fall off here. So it's happening. I'm sure in the future we will also throw these doors into the trash. But for right now, it's still hanged on, so we kept it.
I forgot what that closet looks like without a desk.
Yep. Yeah. All about this closet is quite spacious. Welcome to my walk-in closet.
Yes, that's it.
Okay,
I close you in, it's a walk-in.
Yeah, this is probably the most that you could probably fit yourself into here, and it's, for what it is, for an RV, it's quite spacious.
Yeah.
Washer and dryer, we use a washer and dryer combo, which this is where the water hookup is at, and then if you want like a split unit where the washing and the drying is two separate units, you can hook up a drying unit over here. We had to drill a hole into our RV. That was scary, but we made it work. So yeah, this is our house. This is our house on wheel. I hope you guys enjoy the little tour of what it is for a family of 5 to live full time in their RV look like.
If you like today's video, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let us know down in the comments, what did you like about the rig? What didn't you? What rig do you want to see next? Are you living the life full time and you want your rig toured? Put it down in the comments. We'll check you next time.
So how do you guys been liking your coffee, huh? How do you drink it? Do you drink it cold brew? Do you drink it hot? How do you drink it? I like it cold brew.
This is this one to lead the video with.
Yeah. So yeah.
Full time. I hope you found this video awesome. Vu, thank you so much. Janny, thank you so much for letting me tour your rig, showing everybody the rig. Letting them hang over here.